This is Grant Harrison from the Waterboyz here with Tyler Newsome. Tyler, what about the water?
No, that's some high quality H2O right there.
Season 3, Episode 8, coming at you with Kamari Scott later on. But let's talk about one of the most interesting World Series I've ever seen since my Cubbies won it. Unbiased opinion. Anyway, Phillies 1-1 in it. Comeback in Game 1. Kind of wheels falling off the bus maybe in Game 2. Is it? I don't know. I think Astros just have a bad late game. Let's get into it. Taylor, Justin, how are we feeling about the Astros?
I'm feeling great.
You're feeling great?
Great, man. The Astros are living up to what I thought they would be. Now, yes, you did say they had a bad late game in the last 2 games, but you have to go back to the Yankees series where they came back multiple times late in the game to beat the Yankees and swept the Yankees. So,
and you got to come forward to the World Series, the Mac Daddy of it all.
That's
the
true.
Beans,
That's
the
true.
Big Apple. I don't care about the Big Apple. Both New York teams are out. But this is the big grand show. And they didn't hit a run after the 3rd inning in Game 2.
That's fair.
That's 6 innings of unscored, unanswered baseball.
Dead ball.
You go up 5-0 in both games of the World Series, I think you're looking pretty good. I think at that point, from that point on, it's not about we have to hit these out of the park. It's about just bend, but don't break.
Yeah, I think it is too, but I think... But here's my opinion, is if you're the dominant team, run up the score. Make that World Series embarrassing. Make baseball fun. I want to see a 13-0 World Series game.
No! Are you crazy?
Yes!
Why?
I don't want to sit for 4 hours and watch 6
I
runs
was
of
talking
baseball.
about this. I do not, as a fan or media, I do not want to see a game that is a blowout. I don't even want to see a Patriots game that is a blowout.
Because you're not going to.
You did.
You
the
will.
Bears kind of blew you out until the 4th quarter.
They haven't been blown out yet.
You will. Yeah, you will.
Okay, we'll get to football later. Taylor?
He took a shot in the dark. That was not nice.
Yeah.
Even though we won. Get off my back.
Taylor,
It is
are we still
Halloween.
Astros or Philly?
Oh, I'm still Philly all the way. They're
See, I'm with
going.
you.
Yeah, see, they're going Philadelphia 3 straight, starting tonight with Thor on the mound. I don't think they can go bad there. Noah Syndergaard's getting his first taste of World Series action. I think he's going to be exciting. I think you're going to see the old Thor come out and throw some heat. This is coming down on Wednesday anyway. This game will be over. But as of now, I'm predicting an Astros go down at 2-1 tonight. I'd love to see Philly rage. I think it's going to be a sold-out Philadelphia crowd. I think you're going to just see the Philly fanatic going nuts. I think the entire... Those poles better be getting greased up now, because I tell you, they win any game this homestand, there's gonna be some people climbing up those light street poles there.
I think we go, by we I mean Philly, just because I love cheesesteak so much. But I think Philly goes into Houston 3-2 for Game 6.
They go to Houston?
They are in Houston for Game 6. We've figured this out.
But you're saying they're going back to Houston.
They're going back to
They're
Houston.
going to
Game
go 2-1 over the next 3.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a riding high. I'm still saying Philadelphia's going to get that ship in Philadelphia.
In 5.
I think they're just Philadelphia fans. I think it would just be the perfect Cinderella story. Make it in as the last team, and then you win at home in front of your home fan, in front of Philadelphia fans, who are not only riding high on a 7-0 Eagles, but are riding high on a Philly team that is in the World Series for the first time in over 10 years.
Well, thank God the 76ers aren't doing that well.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, the Astros are fine.
I'm not saying they're not fine, but that was a nice. What was 5-0 they were up there?
They're up 5-0, blew it.
What was the final score?
6-5.
6-5.
What was the score of the other game?
That was 5-2, but
Yeah.
big bats.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that Astros have big bats.
Mm-hmm.
And Lance McCullers Jr.'s on the mound tonight too, and he's gonna
They're 2 good teams. That's what the World Series is.
Well, that's They're 2 good teams, and I think you look for the Phillies bats to get hot again tonight, though. I think 2-1 Phillies after tonight.
So
We'll see.
ESPN had 12 votes for Astros winning this and 2 votes for Philly. Philly in 5 and 6 were the 1 and 2 votes there. So, Justin, why are you siding with ESPN here with 12 votes? What's your number one reason?
Well,
Houston's
first off,
gonna win this
He's
thing?
our sheep.
ESPN, they actually got their stuff right, and most of them, voted on the side that is probably going to win. Now, apparently,
You gotta root for the underdog.
I have been told that my predictions are now jinxed, and anything that I say is going to happen does not happen anymore. So apparently,
I think Zappy can tell you that.
might be the Drake curse.
Yeah.
Maybe the.
I don't want to hear Zappy anymore. Don't even get that. Yeah,
You
no.
were Zap Daddy last week, bro.
Yeah, Mac Jones, give me a Big Mac. Let's go, baby.
Give you a Big Mac. Last thing that's gonna happen with that team.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway,
why is Houston winning this, Justin?
Why is Houston winning this? Overall, I just think they're a better team. Now, you guys can argue that Philadelphia does have the better player. I would agree with that. I think Bryce Harper is probably the best player in this World Series.
over Jose,
Yes.
Hmm.
But
over
I think-
Verlander.
2 through 5 is probably the Astros. Like, in terms of players. And I think that's what's going to come down to it. I think they have better players overall in this series than what
Schwab, Castellanos.
They're not doing that great, though.
Schwab hit over 40 home runs in the regular season.
Yes,
He's doing real
Schwarber,
good.
Schwarber, yes. I will give-
Castellanos wasn't doing too bad. You see those nice diving catches he had there?
Yes, he came up defensively, but he's not swinging the bat really good right
JT Realmuto.
now. Okay. You know what? Fine. Just live your life.
I can keep naming these guys.
It's great. They're still not better than Jose, Jordan, who else? Verlander, and
That's a pitcher.
I know, but overall players,
Mm-hmm.
and Alex Bregman. So, what's your answer to that? Because I want to hear that. How do you get better than those 4 guys in the next what? 5
With the
games?
guys I just named, you got JT Realmuto behind the plate.
No,
you
don't-
got Castellanos. You
but
got
you
Schwarber in the outfield. You got Bryce Harper in the outfield.
I said Bryce Harper is the best player in the series, but 2 through 5, who I just named?
I just named 2 through 5.
No, you didn't. I
Okay.
just named 2 through 5.
I don't think it's about them getting better. I think it's them finding their stride in the World Series.
They're,
And once they find that, they're firing on all 6
Who?
cylinders.
Phillies?
Phillies.
Philly's still
I
got
mean,
the hot hand, I'd say.
We'll have to stay tuned. I think we're not going to settle this debate,
Yeah.
but I do think the Astros will be victorious, and I
Okay.
probably just
There's a
jinxed
difference from good and consistent
Anyway.
and hot hand and a
I
Philly.
think we need to address this clown costume for Halloween Justin's wearing right now. The New England
them. Clown
Patriots.
costume.
The New England Patriots are better on the road than at home. That is the mark of a terrible football team right there.
What is that?
You don't have a home field advantage. You're 1-2 at home.
Well, once our fans stop, chanting to rip our quarterback out of the game, we'll be fine.
Zappy.
Yeah, they're chanting that to rip them out of the game because they're bad.
No, they're not.
It is a circle of life.
Okay.
It is a circle of a
I
fan fan.
know. We said
Sad fan.
they should have beat the Bears. That is obvious. They should have beat the
You
Bears.
just got away from the Jets by the skin of your teeth. And Zach Wilson threw
Hey,
3 interceptions.
Hey, you want to know what I have to say? 13 in a row. 13 in a row.
3 interceptions. You won by
13 in a
5
row.
points. Your kicker went
13
5
in
for
a row.
5.
13 in a row.
In a row.
13 in a row.
In a row.
Just get off it. Anyway,
How does it feel to have...
such a dominant stance over the Jets. Oh, it feels
my
great.
God.
Your kicker went
Two
5
spots-
for 5.
Two
Five.
spots behind.
Teams 5-2 going into this week. They're feeling high. They're feeling mighty. And the Patriots just had to take them down a notch. We just knew we had to go in
The
there.
Patriots didn't win that game.
I
The
don't
Jets
wanna hear-
lost
I don't
us.
want to hear this from them. The Patriots won that game.
No, they didn't win that game. The Jets lost that game.
So those 3 interceptions, we didn't catch those balls.
What did you do with those 3 interceptions?
Doesn't matter what we did.
You had 1
Did we
touchdown.
turn the ball over?
You had 5
Did we
field
turn the ball
goals.
over?
Actually, Mac Jones did
Yeah,
throw 1
no,
interception.
No, I meant did we turn the ball over from the New York Jets? I know we had 1 interception, but
My point is, you won by 5 points, and Zach Wilson threw 3
Yeah, well,
interceptions.
that's how much. You won by 4, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we didn't have that many field goals.
Yeah, I don't
Or
care.
get advantage of that many interceptions.
I don't care.
Okay, I want to get to this now because I think not just the city of Denver is
Last-
tired of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos themselves are tired of Russell Wilson. This guy for 4 hours doing high knees in the
I don't
idle of a
believe
plane.
that. I do not believe
You don't believe that?
No.
Why not?
Because...
Russell Wilson is the strangest quarterback of all 32 teams. No doubt. There's no possibility that he didn't do high knees for 4 hours.
I think if he gets injured, he's going to become a priest.
He also seems like he
I think
needs
so,
to
too.
have all the credit. He also seems like he needs to have all the credit.
Russell?
Yeah.
Why for being third in the conference?
Yeah.
How does he seem like he's
Did you not
constantly
see
saying
the
my
top-
teammates?
But did you not see the Tyler Lockett quote over the weekend?
What was that?
Ooh.
Let's hear it.
He said, it's better now that nobody wants, like, all the credit. Taking a shot at Russ for saying, like, he needed all the credit.
At
And
this point,
Seattle
it's
was
not
good.
credit, it's blame. For being a bad quarterback in Denver. For leading them to the
Terrible
third
against
in the AFC West.
Jacksonville. They were okay.
No, they look pretty bad against Jacksonville.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did.
They look decent. Decent, I will say.
Okay, if they lose that game,
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Ackman's fired.
Hackett.
Hackett, sorry, I don't know why I just said Ackman.
Uh,
Hackett, yeah.
The GM came out and said that he has the full support. And I will say this.
They will say that till the day they fire them, which
You
should be the
can,
very
you
next
can look.
day.
You guys can look back on every episode we filmed so far this season since the NFL season has started, and the team that was commentating yesterday morning on the game in London said exactly what I've been praising. They have
Really?
been. They're the only team in the NFL this season that is dealing with a new head coach and a new quarterback, a new system.
Hmm.
Only team in the NFL
That's
dealing with
interesting.
that.
You also didn't praise that last week. You said, Broncos Nation, time to die.
I was upsetty. Spaghetti.
So,
I think we can compare your fan status to that of a famous footwear, a flip-flop. Anyway, I want to talk about the NFC, because that is the most unpredictable conference I could ever name. We've got Philly, who's a good team. We've got the New York Giants, who are a good team. We've got Minnesota Vikings at 6-1. We've got the
Vikings
Chicago...
are 6-1.
yes, the Vikings
Damn.
are 6-1. Kirk Cousins, having a great,
We've got
quietly a great season.
the Bears, who now have lost Raquan Smith.
And Robert
And-
Quinn.
Robert Quinn. But last week beat the New England Patriots. We've already said that. I just wanted to say it again. And
Congratulations.
Tom Brady, who's bad at football? Question mark? like,
Tom Brady's going through a divorce. That's what that is.
yes, we're 7 weeks
Divorce
in.
is through, bud.
Yes.
You're telling me a day after his divorce and he's fine.
I just love how he got quoted saying, "I gave up my family for this."
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
That speaks volumes on him. But anyway, we're only 7 weeks in. Do we think the NFC is going to be this unpredictable?
I mean,
for the entirety of the
considering
season?
that Seattle is now 5-3, and I really don't know what to say about Seattle other than they're surprising everybody,
Yeah.
and they just beat the Giants. And I don't mean just beat the Giants.
They
They beat the Giants at
Yeah.
home.
Was it 27-13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Geno Smith for a bit.
Well, me and
Ooh.
Grant had a debate before you even came here. And this is the main question we want to pose, and even in the comments, let us know.
Fire off.
Who is the comeback player of the year? Is it Saquon Barkley? Or is it Geno Smith?
Saquon. Saquon.
I'm saying Geno Smith.
What does he come back from?
Not playing.
Yes, that's the thing, though. It's not like he played.
It's not really a
lost it.
comeback.
Yes, it is.
He's
He did play
Building
before.
up.
It's like I'm a
He
here
played
now kind of
7
thing.
years ago.
7 years ago, though.
And now he came back.
Yeah, but you got to
He's
think of more
taking-
than he was just bad for a while. Saquon's always been great.
It's not that he was
But he was
bad.
hurt.
It's just that they had Russell Wilson, who was just so,
He was actually good. So-
inconsistent.
I just think Saquon's got much more to.
And had a powerhouse around him.
The Giants aren't 6-2 without him.
Listen, you got to give.
He's got 1,900 yards in the year. This is Geno Smith. 1,900 yards in the year passing. 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 72% of his passes are completed. And a QBR of 107.9 or 2.
Okay.
Is that not great numbers?
I think
That's
the
like
Seattle
top 5 in
offense.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I think the Seattle offense has more to work with. You look at everything Saquon's been through, constant injuries. The Giants aren't 6-2 without Saquon Barkley. I don't care how much you care about Danny Dimes. I don't care how much you care about the city of New York. You look at the Giants. Are the Giants 6-2 without Saquon Barkley?
Okay.
Is he not proving what he is without injuries?
Let me teeter-totter on this. Short-term picture, it's Saquon. Because of the injury, because of the position, because of the effort he's put in, because of the numbers he's put up. Long-term, massive picture, whole career, is Geno Smith.
When was he
Without
good,
you.
though?
It's
When was
not,
he good?
I haven't heard of Geno Smith before this season.
Back in 2012 and 2013 when he was drafted.
That's why it's the long-term picture, though.
The long-term picture.
Yeah, but that's why he's come back player of the year.
He was a good player.
10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is that a comeback? That's like a reignition. It's like, hey, I can still play.
Comeback. It's still a comeback nonetheless. A
Who's
career
leading
back.
that division right now?
They're 5-3.
And
Calm down.
what was their projected win total before the year?
I don't know.
5.
They're at 5.
Yeah, they've nailed it. No.
Good job, Seattle.
Through 8 weeks.
I'm with you on both of this because Saquon has had a hell of a comeback. Geno Smith has too. But
They wrote
when
him off.
we're
He didn't write back, boys.
when we're looking at comeback, typically that's last year to this year. And I'm saying that's Saquon.
Exactly.
I think it has to be Geno, man.
No.
This man.
He's got no injuries. He's got nothing
This
compared to
man
what Saquon had.
had nothing but to bet on himself for the
What do you
last
think Saquon would be
7
right now
years.
if he hadn't worked his ass off to come back and be the player he is right now?
Same with Geno Smith. If he doesn't bet on himself for the last 7 years and keep his mental game up and actually stay
the last 7 years.
okay.
As Grant said, for the comeback player of the year award, you're looking at maybe the last year, maybe the last 2 years.
Well, then you're gonna have to complain to the NFL when they give the award to Geno Smith.
Smith is not getting comeback player of the year.
How? That's crazy.
He's
Crazy.
playing good. Good for Geno. Good for Seattle. You're not garbage with Russell Wilson. But
They're better right now than what they were last year. And they had Russell Wilson last year.
start Drew Lock. All right, so now the Carolina Panthers. Did you see what happened to them in the fourth quarter?
You're just
They're
mad because
they're
you
2-6. I
for
don't care
Geno.
about Carolina Panthers.
But did you see it though?
He's just mad because they should have traded for
PJ
Geno.
Lock, Hail Mary pass to DJ Moore.
Yeah, PJ
Catches
Walker,
it
done.
with double coverage.
You should even know this because Patty Mahomes tweeted out throw of the year by far.
Really?
Yes, PJ Lock.
Okay.
Hail Mary pass, double coverage, catches the pass, 34-34, takes his helmet off, tries to jump up into the stands, but they're in Carolina, so they push him away because it's Atlanta fans. But he's going nuts. Refs penalize him for it. Pushes the extra point back to about the 40-yard line.
Miss it.
Wide left. Game goes to OT 34-34. Panthers lose 37-34 on a field goal by the Atlanta Falcons.
Jeez.
I'm not saying like he would have made the extra point at
If
the
what, they were
25.
15 yards away? Yeah.
25
yards away.
I think it's a gimme at that point, but still,
Yeah.
you can't 100% guarantee. It's like a
The odds are in
97,
favor of
yes.
that game being over in regulation,
Oh,
though.
100%.
And it was a
But-
Panthers W.
Okay, here's the last thing I want to talk about is how long will Philly be on top?
14 weeks.
14? I'm saying 12.
Well, you got Houston this week.
Win. Washington, win.
Indy,
Indianapolis,
win.
win. Green Bay,
Win.
Tennessee,
Win.
Giants?
Win.
No.
Go to the next one, please.
I'm saying
Giants, win.
Okay, Chicago, win.
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 Dallas.
Win. No, loss. Sorry, that's the loss. That's the loss.
You're saying Dallas is the loss? or
Dallas
Giants?
is the loss.
I'm saying Giants
in
is
Dallas.
the loss.
It's in Dallas.
Shout out to Dallas, too, 49-29, dismantled the Bears. Dak looked sharp. Was it 2 thrown touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and then just the absolute craziest defensive touchdown you can ever see with Micah Parsons with the scoop and score with a play that everyone thought was dead, but apparently wasn't.
No, and Justin Fields, all he had to do, according to the rule book, was just touch him, and the play would have been.
And he jumped over him, didn't he?
Well, yeah,
he was like,
he jumped over him because he thought, the play was dead, so he'd jump over him and protect the player. But he had to touch him, and then the play would have been over, but he did not.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, 49-29, Justin Fields, stupid on that play, but at the same time, it's not like it was a game-changing play.
No, and Justin Fields, even though they lost the game, I think he's looked better over the last 2 weeks.
Well, if you want tickets to what these two predict as the Philadelphia loss, they're only $47.
What?
Fun fact. Yeah.
Where do you find this?
ESPN.
ESPN has tickets.
For the
ESPN
Dallas
has
game?
tickets for the Dallas-Philly game at $47.
In the nosebleeds, though?
Probably.
Yeah.
Behind the pole.
$47.
Yeah, $47.
Nah.
That's insane.
I'm saving my money to go see Shania Twain in June. So
Go to J World. Well, this is a sports
Shania
podcast. Let's go, girls.
I
But
couldn't.
we're on sports. Speaking of sports, you know what I love in this world, guys?
Does it happen to be big screens?
It happens to be big screens, but it also happens to be Libra. You know where I enjoy this craft non-alcoholic beer? Hunter's Ale House, where they got the big screens, the big meal deals, and the cold Libras. Anyway,
Also, you can watch the New England Patriots win.
Oh my god, no.
thank you to Hunter's Ale House for sponsoring Season 3.
Who do they play this week?
Who?
Your
Colts.
That's win.
Yeah. Colts are disgusting. Anyway, let's get into...
Last thing about football before we go to hockey is Matt Ryan will never outlive the 28-3 thing. You want to know how long he was the starter of the the Indianapolis Colts?
How long?
28 weeks and 3 days.
Oh my god. Those two numbers are going to haunt that man for the rest of his life. I bet his baby's going to be 3 pounds, 28 ounces.
Or a monster at 28-3. Yeah.
I was going to say that, but those numbers don't work.
No.
Anyway, all I'm going to say is Matt Ryan, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Career went down the toilet
Hockey.
after. Yeah. Alright, anyway, hockey.
Where's
Sheldon
Maple Leafs
Keefe.
at?
Sheldon Keefe on the hot seat, question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Yes.
I would say no.
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 Leafs have had worse starts.
Yeah.
Say
4 and
this
6
is,
though isn't great.
say
It's
another
not,
say
I feel.
another 10 games and say they lose another 7 of those 10.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
They probably should have lost to the Anaheim Ducks yesterday in regulation. Not to mention they lost in OT eventually to the Ducks.
Zegers looked good.
Zegers had the game winner and another goal in regulation.
Yeah.
But the Ducks took a hit. They lost Drysdale for 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did take a
that
hit
is
in that game.
Heck of a
Yeah,
hit. That
so I
is
dropped him for my
cannonball
fantasy.
to a supporting beam.
What?
Dropped him from my fantasy team. Picked up Caden Gooley.
Well,
Same.
really?
I didn't pick up the same
man.
player, but I dropped the same
Yeah.
player.
Man, I
Oh,
literally
my-
dropped Drysdale 2 hours before I got the news he was out 4 to 6 months. I was like, well, that turned out good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you going to do with that roster spot for 4 months? Sit on it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
If you're the Ducks, I mean, you're not going to do much.
Yeah.
Trading Klingberg.
Speaking of another Southwest Coast team, not Coast, but Southwest Region team, I hate the Arizona Coyotes
Why?
so much.
Why?
Did you see what their giveaway was for
Yes,
the opener?
this is why I hate them. This is why I hate them.
Why?
They're playing in the Mullet Arena, and they gave every fan a free mullet. And let me get on top of this too. They don't even have good seats in that stadium.
Have you seen the dressing rooms?
You think it's
Yes.
a stadium?
Well,
There's QMJHL rinks with more seats.
arena. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6
Yeah.
Q rinks with more seats.
There's 5. The Q tweeted it.
Straight up, Bell Alliant has better seats than Mullet Arena. Eastlink Center has better seats than Mullet Arena. There's no backs to the seats at
Wait,
Mullet Arena.
really?
They're just
it's
benches.
Like it's
the
really
curved
it's
benches.
Really like an old school hockey rink.
Imagine sitting in a curved plastic bench for 60 minutes of playing time. Not to mention the games go on for like an hour and a half.
You Google up there how much a ticket to a game costs for me.
Let's Google.
Let's see how much a ticket
Now,
to a
let's
game
Google
What
this.
I'm also interested in is how much a ticket, well, not just ticket, but how much a beer costs at a game. Because they could be like $2 or $3, and maybe that's
Well,
how
he's
much it would
Googling
sell
this
at.
spin
Plus,
rate.
they're setting. I saw this on Instagram as well. They're setting aside 200 to 400 tickets per game for students.
That's smart. That's smart.
It is smart of them.
They also, I will give them props for their home opener. They brought out Shane Doan and his kid, who is also drafted by Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
$2?
No. Wait for this. What do you think is more? Tickets to Philly Dallas or tickets to tomorrow's matinee event of Coyotes versus Florida Panthers?
Matinee. I'm gonna say
Obviously,
Dallas
Dallas versus Philly.
Nope. Arizona costs $2 more. $49 for the cheapest seat at Mullet Arena.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay that.
No, well,
I bet their food is cheap though. That's
Florida.
That's my plus side.
It's probably the other way around, because usually concessions is where they get you.
Yeah, no, but see, I'm thinking college rink. Like, there's no way they can charge that much for college rink food. Like,
Drinks,
I don't know.
they probably just charge a lot for beer.
I don't know. Call me glizzy-minded, but I'm not paying like $5 for any more than $5 for an NHL dog at an NCAA rink.
I'd go see. I pay, but only if it was like a good team that came to town. Like, I'm not paying to go see Arizona play Columbus or something like that. Or
No, yeah, but like, I guess Panthers are a good team, but
So
I hate that team.
Just,
so much. Get out of Arizona.
Oh, 100%.
one thing before we leave the hockey world here quickly.
Let's hear it.
What is one team so far that has surprised you?
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Philadelphia's been very surprising. Gotta
Third in
love
the
Jen
Metro.
Torts.
They're third in the Metro.
They're doing really.
Yeah.
Carter Hart's playing out of his
Kinda
mind right now.
Yeah. I mean, beating out Carolina, Islanders, and Pittsburgh.
But there's
They're-
one team that is doing better.
I'd have to say Beantown surprised me.
The Devils.
Yeah.
The Devils are surprising me.
We love you, Ryan Graves. Big heart.
Yeah.
But
But no.
despite Carter. Big heart.
Boston only has one loss right now.
Yeah, Boston is a surprise. I thought they
Yeah.
were going to be terrible.
Yeah, Marchand came back.
one
Double hip
month,
surgery.
1 month earlier than what that man was supposed to.
2 Genos and an apple.
Let me say this. If playoffs happened tomorrow, my Chicago Blackhawks would be a guaranteed seed, not a wild card.
Oh yeah, it's like I remember we were looking at the power rankings the other day, and Buffalo's in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Chicago's
It's really
Chicago's
weird
in the
right
playoffs.
now. Like,
Alex
Winnipeg's in the
Stalock's
playoffs,
playing
yeah.
really good.
it's
No,
really
but the
weird.
East is flipped upside down.
Yeah.
Detroit
It
was in
is.
the playoff spot.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's
Tampa
see.
Bay did not start the year at the best.
Detroit would have a wild card now.
Detroit would have a wild card.
Yeah.
Buffalo would be there.
But yeah, Phillies in the playoffs, Florida Panthers in the playoffs. That's not too surprising, but
Florida's honestly kind of. Sam Reinhart's let me down heavy.
sleeper.
Mhm.
Sam Reinhart's 9 games, 2 assists.
Anyway,
So, other than that, I think that's really it for hockey on this standpoint. Hopefully, it heats up within the next week. Basketball, on the other hand, the league has also flip-flopped like the NHL and the NFL.
I got a big butt coming up, but finish your argument.
It might be the young guns league now. Like, KD's team is below 500. James Harden team is below 500.
LeBron James.
James and
Kawhi
Steph
Leonard.
Curry and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
And Miami's also 2-5.
So,
Jim Butler.
young guns, question mark, and Grant's here going to step in right now.
No. No. Let me tell you why.
We are at the period.
Okay. Anyway, let me tell you why.
Grammar code.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you, dude.
I had to. It was
All right.
too funny.
We're anywhere from 5 to 7 games, depending on the team for this season.
Mm-hmm.
We're in October still.
Okay.
November when this episode comes out.
Okay.
Nobody cares. about October and early November basketball.
This
Look
is
at
early hot takes.
yes, I'll leave it with this. Look at the Warriors last year, who were bottom of the playoff rankings around mid-November, and then came out, surprised us all, bada bing, bada boom. By the springtime coming, they were one of the best teams in basketball. We were saying they're going to win. But listen,
It's like whenever someone asks you, what's your way too early bold take right now for the season?
yeah, what do you want LeBron James to do? Go off and drop a 40 bomb in November?
The Lakers
or
are a
save
good
himself
story,
until
though.
spring?
No. The Lakers are different. They've been bad this year. They suck as
Yes,
oh
but
my
when,
God, what's
when
his
we're
name?
talking
What's his name?
about
What's
boys
his
and boys,
What team are you talking about?
the guy, ESPN analyst, not Charles Barkley. No, it is Charles Barkley. I'm thinking of.
Good
Did you ever?
old Chuck.
Yeah, the old Chuck. You see the
Not-
clip? He's like,
not
the
ESPN.
Lakers suck today. They suck yesterday.
well, I mean, that's the thing, is when you're talking old and young, I'm saying old's just resting up. NBA retirement home. Send the old boys down, give them some rest, don't let them go off, keep a rein on them, and then when spring comes, say, hey, you're the best basketball player in the world, Steph Curry, you go shoot some points.
At
And
that
that's
point,
what's going to happen.
But at that point, you're already out of the playoffs.
No, they're going to make a run for the playoffs.
Oh,
and
who?
get it.
Golden State doesn't.
LA Lakers.
Golden State.
Golden
Lakers.
State, yes.
Lakers.
Lakers, no.
No, they missed last year.
James Harden, he's going to make a run.
Oh, Philly.
KD, he's going to make a run.
Joel Embiid
Brooklyn
needs to
Nets,
start
quote me
playing.
now. Brooklyn Nets are going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to cause disruptions come the spring.
Nets are so
Really?
toxic.
After just getting swept by the Boston Celtics last year, and then Ben Simmons is at look like
Yes.
I don't even
They're
A
know.
little bit of
what-
defense for him though. What he hasn't played basketball in
angry.
like 2 years.
But-
And
Okay.
then
You know
Steve
what, you're
Nash
right.
did it to him too. Old Canadian head coach there. He was fired up the other night when he got ejected.
Yeah. Look at similar sports with similar lengths in their seasons. Baseball and hockey. Similar to the NBA in amount of games played and amount of energy used. Look at where Phillies were in May. Look at where Mets were in May. Look at where Tampa Bay was in August and September. Look at where all these teams were early in the season with long seasons ahead. They're saving themselves.
It's fair.
Yes,
Married.
it's a young man's game in October, November, and December because those who are the people who have the energy. LeBron James is a tired man.
He's just waiting
He's
for
been
his
playing
son to
basketball
come.
for a
Yeah,
long
that's
time.
it. That's all
He's
he's
just waiting for
Steph Curry
20
is a
Ronnie
tired
38
man.
years old.
Steph Curry is a tired man. He's been playing basketball for a while.
So what
Because-
did you say?
Oh, he said they're saving themselves, and I said for marriage.
Oh,
Not a Russell Wilson guy here.
Also, shout out to the New Orleans. I don't know why I'm saying shout out. Just good job, New Orleans Pelicans. They're 4-2. Zion's looking real good for his comeback. CJ McCollum's getting some love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A young guy who has energy.
I like New Orleans. The Big Easy.
I'm saying it's important. I'll leave it at this. It's important to start out good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe in a midterm exam. But when it comes to 70-plus games,
You hope
I
you
think
guys
you can take
do
a
good
break.
on your midterm exams. I mean, most of them are probably over right now, but I still have one this week. So I imagine someone has a midterm this week as well.
I have one
Alright.
next week.
If that is any more NBA talk,
I know that's
Okay,
basically
I
it
got
for the.
one more thing to circle back to for MLB. Did you guys see that Rob Manfred came out and said that he's not too optimistic with the A's staying in Oakland?
Did you see the kid who's an Astros fan whose dad bought him tickets to Game 1 and saw his Astros get spanked?
Is that the kid with the pee on his stomach?
No, that was a Phillies fan. This is the Astros fan who's like 5
Yeah,
years
why
old.
why would they pee on
I heard kid and fan. I thought the guy,
Yeah,
the kid
no.
with
I
the pee
mean,
on his
we'll
chest.
keep an eye on the Oakland A's situation. I mean,
Thinks they're going to Vegas, which I
Oakland
hate.
A's.
probably wouldn't surprise me.
Like, if a team's moving, how many teams have to move before one gets back to Montreal? I don't even like Montreal sports that much, but Expos need to come back. Expos need to come back. Why send teams to Vegas? Oh, I hate Vegas sports so
And on
much.
that standpoint, we have to introduce
Let's move it.
Kamari Scott of the UPEI men's basketball team.
We're back with Kamari Scott, as promised. Kamari, how we doing?
What's going on, man? Living the dream.
Yeah. Rocking the Drake drip.
Yes, sir.
How we feeling?
Feeling good, man. A little sore, but, know.
Well, you're off to a good start this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you guys don't usually have weekends where you sweep, so how's that feel?
Honestly, like, it's been a long time coming, but we worked hard for it, and it's not done yet, you know. We're still not satisfied, so we're still going to keep grinding for it and working hard.
Yeah. So let's take the career back, all the way back to Ontario, to Mountain, Ontario. What was it like growing up there and moving here?
Oh, man, it was tough down there, but just growing up, I switched schools a lot, like in elementary, and then throughout high school, I had a nice little basketball career going there. And then, like, growing up in Malton and, like, the greater Toronto area is kind of tough just because, like, the schooling system is really hard. Like, they don't really focus on you as much. Like, they don't care about your grades. Like, they don't really say... I messed up going into my high school because there was academic courses, there was applied courses, and then there was courses where, like the lower level courses. And I went into high school taking the applied courses, and I was supposed to take the academic courses, but I didn't know that. Like, nobody made that known, so that kind of messed up my future as in going D1, because it took away that opportunity. But other than that, like, growing up in Malton was honestly it's who made me who I am today. But yeah.
Was there any one thing that happened back in Malton that just made you think, wow, I gotta stick with school?
I think just growing up, and like Malton is kind of I wouldn't say like it's not like luxury living. It's more of some poverty homes. Luckily, I had a roof over my head. I had family that supported me every day. But just growing up and seeing some of my friends that got killed sometimes, and like just friends not making it out of high school and seeing their life turn around, I kind of didn't want to go that route. So I just took the basketball and school thing more serious than others, and it's led me to where I am today.
So all your friends or your acquaintances were doing other things, you were kind of just in the gym the whole time?
Yeah, like just in high school, like I recall just many times, like on lunch break, my friends would go and like smoke some weed, or you know, and I was always a kid that was just like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I kind of took ball way more serious throughout high school, just because I didn't know my plan after, and I didn't really know what to do, but I knew I had a passion for basketball and I could do something with it major. So I kind of just focused on that, stood in the gym, and just hung around a good group of people instead of doing the wrong things.
And how big was basketball there?
Basketball was pretty big back then. Now it's just huge, but back then it was pretty big. Like the AAU scene was major. Your rep teams, like if you were on the biggest rep teams out there, like traveling all across America was a big thing for me. That's where I started traveling a lot. But no, basketball was a big thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On the team, there's, including you, 8 guys from Ontario.
Yeah.
Were there any former competitors that are now your teammates?
In the previous years, I had somebody, his name was Sambo, Samuel. He was on my team in high school. Latrell Gonzalez from last year, I played against him a couple times. But other than that, no, nobody on this year's roster.
What about AAU ball?
AAU ball? No one else, I don't think.
Yeah. Anybody in the AUS that sticks out?
David Mucat, DeAndre Reddick, Avan Nava. Who else? A lot of names who I grew up with and played ball with. I went to school with David Mucat all throughout elementary, so we've been boys for a while. Can't remember any other names. Marcus Upshaw. Yeah, it's not clicking to my head right now, but
yeah.
So, like, I just want to ask you, how did Coach Glenn then approach you, and how was the recruiting process for you to come to UPEI?
Well, so this was my year, this was my year at a prep school out of North Carolina. I was finished. I had a really good year down there at prep school at Moravian Prep. And I came home and I was just training, just working, getting ready to see where I was going to go to college. I had a couple D2 offers in the States, which was really looking at me. I was thinking about going to Texas, New Jersey.
Who were the schools?
So this school in Texas was Clarendon College. Pretty sure that was a JUCO. There was a school in New Jersey. Not remembering the name right now.
But they don't matter. You went to PEI anyway.
Right? But I was coming down to like the last couple of weeks where like people were like making their official commitments, and I was gonna lock down on the school in Texas, but the coaching staff got cut, right, and lost all communications with me. Like I had no communication with them at all. I was trying to get in contact, like what's going on, nothing. So
Like
I was,
you mean the whole coaching staff? Or
yeah,
just-
like I was trying to get in contact, no answer, like
Might be a sign it was good you didn't go there.
right. So I was kind of in like a little frenzy there, and I didn't know what my next step was. And as I was training and meeting new people, I was being told, I was like, maybe you should go to school out west or out east. And I was like, I never thought about going to school in Canada. Like growing up in high school, like I was always playing in the States. Like I've been everywhere in the States playing AU basketball against big names. And especially coming out of Moravian Prep, playing against big names in North Carolina, like I was looked at to go in the States, right?
So just before we go more into the recruiting process, he just said big names twice. So big names in who?
Big names, Cole Anthony, played against him, Cade Cunningham.
First overall draft pick, 15th overall draft pick.
Yeah, those are big names.
RJ
Barrett,
Barrett.
third overall, 2020.
What was it like playing against those guys? Who was the toughest out of those three?
The toughest was, I want to say, Cole Anthony. Was my year at Moravian Prep, my last year. He was a really good guard. And the atmosphere was crazy just because like all eyes were on him, and
Well, he's a NBA descendant.
right, and like I got to be the one who was guarding him.
How'd you do?
I did pretty good.
Okay.
We brought them to overtime. He was at Oak Hill at the time. We almost got the win, lost by like 3 or something. Game's still on YouTube. Still haunts me to this day, but it was a really good game.
Yeah, is there any like, I know like I seen a Shumper video where like Kobe's like talking trash to him. Like, was there any moment where he was like, "I'm gonna light you up, boy"?
No, he's pretty like quiet. Like we didn't really talk. We didn't really talk during the game. Really, he had a really quiet game, but he still ended up with 30. You know, it was one of those, like,
Just a hush thing.
yeah, a hush 30. But no, he didn't really talk at all, really.
Now, was Carolina your first? You said North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that your first time moving out of Ontario?
No, so the year before that, I went to school in New Jersey called Morris Catholic Prep. So it was like a whole private school in New Jersey. Nice. So they recruited me after. This was when I took the opportunity to step out of the GTA. And I was like, okay, like let me take ball serious. So my dad sent me off to prep school in New Jersey first. So basically, my uncle Roger, he used to play at Humber Hawks. Coach Glenn actually coached at Humber Hawks. I'm not sure the years, but he coached my uncle. Like coming down to the last like weeks of recruiting for me, choosing a school, everybody's like, yeah, maybe you should go to school in West or East, right? And I was like, oh yeah, like we'll see. And I think my highlights were they were just shot out somewhere, and Coach Glenn had emailed me back and was like, hey, like I want to talk to you a little more, like. And then come to find out, Coach Glenn coached my uncle, and my coach was like, oh, Coach Glenn, what? No way. And then that connection, like, immediately just connected, and it was like, all right, like,
This is it.
this is it. Like, you know, like, this would be a great opportunity for me to go out there. Like, my uncle approves of him, like, and I kind of started playing basketball because of my uncle. So, I was like, I trusted it, and I just went with it. And
Now, I know there's a lot of big basketball schools in Ontario, so was it ever a thought to try, like, Carleton maybe or something like that?
When I tell you, like, I didn't really know the school in, like, the schools in Canada to begin with. Like, that was, like, not even on my mind. And like I said, like, the university and colleges, the scene just started getting big for me as I went into UPEI. Like, I never knew about any of these schools before. So my mind was states. Like, that was my big dream, was playing in the States, like I did the previous 2 years. So it was tough coming in here because I had no clue. Like, I came to PI, like, seeing a big cow in the airport, and I was just like,
this is awesome.
I was like, where am I? Like, you know? I was like, where am I? But I came in here with, like, a big heart and just
Open mind.
This is the place for a big heart and open mind.
Yeah.
Now, if you got your choice, you said you couldn't go D1 because of school and stuff like that, but if you could, any choice, you get your top recruit, they're coming to you left and right. Wow. What school you want? D1?
I want to say I'd go to North Carolina Tar Heels.
Tar Heels? Hey.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to play in that arena actually, and it was
You and Cole Anthony team up?
For myself, I would have to go against you and say Duke. But if Coach K was still coaching.
Okay.
That would be
Yeah.
That'd be it.
I mean, you gotta play for Coach K.
Yeah.
I always liked the Jayhawks growing up.
The Jayhawks, like,
I just thought they were cool.
there was only one team where I thought it was cool, and it was the Andrew Wiggins team.
Yeah.
But
Where'd AD go?
Was he Davis?
North Carolina.
He was North
Did he? I don't
He was a Tar Heel. No, wait.
Wasn't he a Jayhawk?
I don't
know. No, I thought he was North Carolina.
Well, I got something to say about KU, but we'll save this for after the episode. So you come to UPEI, you have a good first season. I want to talk about this season. You, in 2 games, are 45 points. That's half your total from your first season, 19 games played, 89 points.
Holy God.
Yeah. What's changed?
Just my mindset, my work ethic, man. Like, I think my mindset was coming off of the loss last year from Dalhousie in the championship game. This summer, I worked my ass off and I just grinded, and I knew that coming in, I was gonna have to be a leader, and I had to step up in my role in my 3rd year here. So, I've honestly just been working with the team, working with EJ, honestly, and just getting better every day.
Do you guys kind of work on each other, or try to know where each other's going to be on the floor?
Honestly, it's something that we kind of built first year.
Little team bonding.
A little just in practice. Like, I get praised for it a lot, but I'm one of the best off the ball guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And EJ just always has a way of finding me really perfectly.
The team really embraced that energy, like having the Air Force.
But yeah, no, honestly, it was just been this summer. The grind was just crazy. Like, it was like no other. Just constantly in the gym, 6 a.m. Yeah.
Now, you must be pretty pissed off at Dow to double your points from first year to now.
I wouldn't be I would be pissed off, but I think it's just a mindset thing for me. Just I'm locked in this year. The energy in the air this year is kind of different. Like, my motivation is just higher. I want it more. Like, I just
You're hungry.
Is the vibe around the team kind of championship or bust?
The vibe around the team is like let's just go get it. Like, let's be dogs this year. Like, it's the Kel's last year. It's Isaiah's last year. Might be EJ's last year. So we want to go out with a bang. And definitely coming off of last year's good run. Like, we want to improve off of that year, and just we want to be better. We want to be great.
So talking about that, who do you think is the biggest competition standing in your way this year?
Biggest competition standing in our way is I want to say
ourselves.
You're right, though.
Yeah.
You're right. I want to talk about that first, just ourselves, because with our team right now, it's we're a great team, but we could be way better.
Yeah.
We just have lapses in defense and stuff, just being locked in the hole. the whole game, right? And
Stuff you gotta tighten up.
not just quarters. But we really gotta just lock in and not have mental lapses and not lose focus a possession or two. Like, we want to be able to go a whole game with being locked in on defensive disciplines and knowing the rotations. But I want to say this year, St. FX obviously looks really good. They have a lot of talent, like I said. Played against a lot of those guys, so we know how they are. Dow's going to be good. Dow's going to be Dow. Plato, he's a really good coach.
Say Plato?
Just seems like, yeah.
Their coach.
Just seems like.
Don't know anything.
Just seems like it's just the next man up for Dow. Like, it just seems like they can find talent wherever.
They can find.
He can do whatever or get the most out of his players.
I mean, defense wins games, and they know how to play defense, and that's one thing that we need to work on. That, like, say we're not hitting shots at the moment, we still got to get back and be able to play defense if we're in a shooting slump. And I think that will change our team. That would just be our difference maker this year. So,
do you think CBU's a threat once they get Osman back?
Of course, Omar, Paul Watson. Once they get their core guys back, they'll be a big threat.
So this weekend was kind of just take advantage while they're down and out.
I wouldn't say take advantage. Like, we still played to play. Like any game.
Oh yeah.
The AUS is like any given night, any team can come in and win a game, right? So you can never take a day off. Like, there's no time when we're coming in and we're like, oh, this team's it's a breeze. Like, no, like any team can come in and have a really good night. The refs could be on their side that night, like, so. Our mindset going into any game really is like, listen, like, if their star players aren't playing, hey, let's still treat it like he's playing. Like, let's go hard. Like, let's try to get better. Because we're, initially, like, preparing for AUS weekend. Like, that's where our goal is. Well, we got to take it game by day. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about the relationship between UPEI and Holland College, because there have been some additions and subtractions to both teams, to each teams.
Yeah.
Let me talk about Josh Whitty and John Alex Voss, the Flying Dutchman himself.
Yeah.
What have both those additions been like this year?
Having Josh as like a nice coach is nice. He's came in and he's helped the team like just on the defensive principles and a couple plays that he has from Holland. He came in, brought it in, and he has a nice little second thought from Coach Glenn, like, and he has that experience from Holland as a head coach. So we like to have him. John is a nice pickup. He's a nice voice on the team. He has a nice little leadership to him as well. And he's just a great teammate all around.
Now, Josh Whitty, I stood 3 feet beside him in the announcing table, and that guy has set an unofficial ACAA record of most broken clipboards. That guy's temper as a head coach, what is it like as an assistant coach? Is it still there? Is he still fire, or is he a bit more in the water?
He's been calm this year. He's been calm, and I respect it, because coming into a new team, new environment, he doesn't know what we like and what we don't like. But he's been good for sure so far though. No complaints really. Him and his son comes in the gym always and helps out whatever they can. So
No, I gotta say it was mostly pointed at the refs, not the players. He was always sticking up for his team. Yeah. Now, going back to John Alex Voss, it's his first year at AUS. Do you think he's made the change?
Make a change? What do you mean by make a change? Like,
do you think he stepped up to the AUS level? I mean, you guys play an ACAA opponent.
Oh, of course. I think John is a good teammate. He comes on the court and he gives us great minutes. Defensively wise, he's a big body. He talks. So it's still 2 games in, so he still has a lot to learn. In practice, we're still coaching him, still leading him. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, he talks like trash talk.
No.
Oh. I just know if he was in here. I gotta make sure.
I mean, talking about trash talk, like, is there any like moment in the AUS where
Who runs the jaw the best?
Honestly, it's any given night, really. Like, you don't want to start trash talk. really with us because it won't go good. But we talk trash more in practice more than anything
To each other.
to each other. Practices are competitive. Like, just we don't like losing. So like, if you're on the other team, like you're not my friend at the moment. Like, so I'm gonna do anything to not make you win, to get you out of your head, to not make you focused on the next play.
To shut you down.
Yeah, but practices we be physical, we play hard, and a lot of trash talking is going on during practice. So
Well, give us a couple lines, a couple wisdom, what's the motivation for the rest of this season?
damn,
What's the motto?
what's the motto? Get better every day. Like, don't take any day for granted. When you wake up, come in with an attitude that you're gonna get 1% better every day, and just stay positive throughout the whole ups and downs, throughout life, throughout the season, and just try to encourage others to be great. So
Watch out, Dalhousie. And now, watch out, Kamari, because it is our lightning round. 5 questions, start easy, they get harder. They are our easiest questions of the show. So we'll start it off with what I think I know the answer is here. Ontario or PEI?
Ontario, man.
No, yeah, I'd go the same way.
Yeah.
That's an easy question,
I mean,
except for Taylor.
He dissed the county airport. I mean, I just gotta...
Sorry.
All right. This one may be a bit more controversy.
Wow. Grantism.
I got 100 pounds on all of you.
I'm not laughing.
Look like you are. Moga's Pizza or Alexandra's Garlic Fingers?
Moga's Pizza.
Okay. He thought about it. I'm considering that a win. All right. Now, we had Glenn and DeKel on last season, and they gave us very different pregame plates.
Yeah.
Glenn gave us meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Yes.
Weirdo, yeah.
DeKel gave us chicken and rice. So I think I know where this is going after you called Glenn a weirdo.
Okay.
What's your pregame meal? You side with Glenn or DeKel?
What's my pregame meal, or who am I siding with?
Who are you siding with, and what's your pregame meal?
So I'm gonna side with the cow.
That's
I don't know where meat and potatoes come from. And then my pregame meal is probably lasagna.
Lasagna?
Yeah.
well.
How many-
Okay,
how many
no.
layers?
Is that because you guys get fed lasagna, or is it because like you actually enjoy it so much that you would like?
I think just because that's been my pregame meal for the past year or two. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I gotta join the basketball
Do you
team
not like
to get some free
lasagna?
lasagna.
No, I like lasagna. I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, if you had an option outside of lasagna, would it be something different?
I would say in the past first year when we didn't have like before pregame meal, I would say sushi or like chicken Alfredo.
Okay.
Good. Alfredo,
Pregame
pretty
meal.
good.
Do you need a guy in the
Heavy
paint so I
with
can
the
just get some
lasagna, the Alfredo.
Yeah. Do you need a guy in the paint so I can get some lasagna?
I don't know. There's like hardly ever leftovers or seconds. So
No. Well,
Yeah.
that hurts. All right. Speaking of the war of Kamari and Glenn, which I think is starting now,
yeah,
are we choosing milk or ginger ale?
ginger ale.
Ginger ale? Yeah,
Easy.
because he came in here preaching about the benefits of milk.
Yeah. For real?
Yes.
You got them
Make your
strong
bones
bones.
stronger. He claimed to grow because of milk.
Oh my gosh,
Are there any hidden benefits to ginger ale?
man, it makes you happier.
Okay.
Makes you happier.
Settles your stomach.
Makes
Here
you
we go.
happier.
Yeah, that's all we need to hear. Now, I hear you talking about both shoes. Disregarding the player, let's talk LeBrons or Jordans.
As in ball shoes?
The shoes themselves.
Jordans.
Jordans?
Yeah, Jordans. Jeez.
I guess I should have made these questions harder.
Yeah, you should have.
But
Who's
like,
to go?
is there a certain shoe? Is there a certain shoe
Like that, like I'm playing, or just that my
that
favorites?
like that you would pick over LeBron shoe?
Jordan.
That I
Oh,
would pick
yeah,
over,
like-
over a Jordan shoe.
No. Like I mean, like a
What's
Jordan.
your favorite shoe?
A Jordan shoe that like sticks out over a LeBron shoe that like
I would say the Jordan 4s.
classic.
Or I would go easy the Jordan 1s. But the 11s are sneaking in there. Those are becoming my favorites right now.
Now, who's the GOAT?
Who's the GOAT?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Can't agree on that one.
At least we could end on some controversy here. That's all I'm thankful for.
So why?
I don't know why. I don't know if I have to tell you guys why. I mean, there's just it's plain.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It's plain and simple.
Does
It's right in front of our
6-0 not mean anything to you?
It means something to me, but as I'm gonna say, like, I grew up in a generation of LeBron James. So did all
So
we.
did
I didn't
yeah.
grow up in the generation of Michael
Have
Jordan.
these Laker years changed your mind though? Other than the championship?
No, they didn't change my mind just because of my years of growing up playing basketball. I've watched LeBron, he's been my the person who I look up to. So he's my GOAT. He's my person who's that's my figure in my head that that's who I want to represent.
Okay.
know?
So you didn't grow up with the Jordan years, obviously.
No.
But in the Jordan years, are we picking Jordan or Pippen?
Michael Jordan.
What is that? What kind of?
I mean, you gotta give Pippen some respect. You gotta give Pippen some respect. He was not.
No.
Yeah, you're done.
Sorry, yeah.
Take it
Anyway.
out.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
So,
Justin,
no,
tell these folks where to find
no.
us.
One last question:
Let's see.
who's the best player in the league right now?
Best player in the league right now?
Yeah.
That's tough. That's a tough question.
That is a tough
That's a
question.
very tough
It's a
question.
very tough question compared to Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Come on.
Good.
Yeah, that's a tough question, man. Throughout these, how much games have they played? Maybe
6, 7, we were
5 to
talking
7,
about
yeah.
Siakam, Toronto Raptors.
Hey, Spicy
What?
P!
Best player in the league.
Spicy
Best
P!
player in the
Over
league.
Steph Curry.
They're winning the championship this year.
Oh my god.
Just
Oh my
letting
god.
you
That
guys
is
know
Dropping the hot takes.
I'm just letting you guys know that from now. You guys can go back to this
thanks
video.
coming on.
You can go back to this
Waterboyz
video.
that's gonna be clipped. That's going up. Kamari Scott
Raptors
calls.
are 3-3, but going for the
So-
chip.
Yeah, man.
So why Siakam over I don't even know, Steph Curry, Trey Young, who else?
Spicy.
Man, Spicy P has been
Giannis.
He's been doing. Listen, you asked me who's the best right now, and I said Spicy P. He's been doing good up to my standards right now, and that's the best in my eyes.
Okay.
This guy also thinks a Geno Smith comeback player of the year, so what does he know?
I know,
Justin, why don't you tell these folks where to find us?
you can find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You're probably watching this on YouTube, so you're already there. On Instagram, it's the official Waterboyz podcast and Waterboyz_media. And also on Facebook and Twitter as well. And just, to let you know that Grant will probably be sending us out here in 3.
Actually, hold up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to
Oh,
never
okay.
miss one of my dumb questions ever again.
Go check out past episodes with, say, Ron McClain or Ryan Graves. On that note, Grant, send these bad boys out.